guys, my name is Kanayla. If you're new to the channel, this is Lost and Found, also Nate TV, because I'm Kanayla. Man. I was watching this video the other day. It popped up in my feed, and I literally could not let it go. I have replayed it in my mind so many times, and this woman was dealing with infertility issues, and she was like, Holy Spirit told her to talk about it while she was going through it. And she said that she replied and said to God, but I don't have the testimony. And she said that he responded to her and said, is the testimony the baby, or is the testimony my faithfulness? Baby, when I tell you, I literally like, my mind was so blown, and I was like, dang, it's definitely your faithfulness. But I've always looked at it like the testimony it's that thing. Like when I was going through being separated from Kylan, and the Lord told me, because he speaks from the future, like he'll be back one day. I figured I couldn't talk about it because he's not back now. And it's like, but you can talk about it, because going through that process, you can see God. You never lost your mind when that was absolutely the plan of the enemy. You didn't lose your voice. In fact, you ended up coming out of that situation starting to find it. That's why you talk about this stuff, because there's somebody who does need to see you go through that stuff. And if you say that you give your life to God and you are allowing him to use your life, you have to know that some parts that he wants to use may not be the parts that you want to share, but are you going to be obedient anyway? And so I kind of wanted to take a break from YouTube, even though if you watch my vlogs, I keep talking about like solo parenting, because I just didn't really want to talk about the situation. Like I did, but I also like didn't know how to talk about it, because it's like I'm a little bit in denial. But I've been like solo parenting because my husband and he is still my husband, decided to separate. And as much as I want to stop doing stuff and just like stop, I heard Holy Spirit tell me, be obedient. I mean, he tells me every single day, be obedient. And when I tell you the sort of peace I've had since we've came to that decision, despite what life looks like and the things that I don't like about it, it is that peace that surpasses all understanding. And it's crazy. But I decided that I'm going to give God my yes. And even though I don't really want to talk about exactly what I'm going through, that I'm going to give him my yes anyway, because it's obviously somebody out here who it can help. Thought I heard my baby. I don't. So I can only talk about my side of the story, and I know for me that all the things that God has pulled away from me since last year has allowed me to be exposed to me, and it has allowed me to see my deep wounds that I wanted God to heal. I want God to heal, but I didn't realize how much he was going to have to pull away from me to even get to those wounds, because I have constantly slapped over top of those wounds band-aid on top of band-aid. I have an abandonment issue. I also, just being abandoned, and I struggle with like that security like part of life. And so anything that I feel like makes me feel secure and can fill that hole, I slap on top of it. So when I had my first son, I slapped that on top of it. so unhealthy, but I did. It's like he filled that for me, but he's not supposed to feel that for me. Because I'm going to tell you now, if you are a mother and you put your children in that place to think that they can fill that void when they leave you and go on with life, you will be hurt. And if they don't leave you, baby, you're going to become like a narcissistic type of mother. And that's what I don't want to do, because I come from that. And I find myself thanking God so much that even though life didn't go how I wanted it to, that he stopped a situation before a situation could even occur, and saved my son and saved me from going down a road we do not want to go down, baby, okay? So I slapped that on top of it. So God pulled that back. But then the other band-aid I slapped on top of it is men. It's men, and it was marriage. Situation occurred, and whenever situations occur that make me feel not secure or I get scared, which is what happened, I find myself messing with somebody. Oh, my baby is crying. We also have little Miss Gabby who led a mic right here. But anyhow, I was saying I find myself end up just being with a man because I want that security of a father. Now, I'm going to tell you that stems from me being abused as a child. Now, when I was abused as a child, and I would want my daddy to help me, and I didn't feel helped. And so over years of that happening, I developed an abandonment issue. And it kind of honestly didn't even matter if I got scared and he did show up later in life. Pretty much that part of me that really, really wanted him to help me, and he didn't help me, that moment when I was probably about 8 years, I was 8. I remember the moment. That one just really stuck out to me. So it honestly didn't really matter. Anytime he did begin to start protecting me or show up, because at that point, I was stuck back at 8 years old. And I find myself now as 26 years old. I did honestly go to my dad, and I actually told him that I forgave him. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that it was right before my 25th birthday, I told myself I was going to forgive my dad. And I did. I went to his house. It was a moment for me. It was a hard moment for me, but I remember I told him I forgave him, whether he was or is not sorry. I told him that I forgive him, and I just continued to keep healing inside therapy. But then pretty much what happened, like along my marriage, we've already tapped on each other's triggers. And also, I've went to therapy and I'm healing, but I can't make my partner do those same kind of things and get what he needs. And so we kind of just got to this point right here where it's like, okay, we're not going the same direction. It's like we want to go the same direction, but we both have to fight like our childhood stuff to even go the same direction at the same time. And so pretty much, I know you lying. And so pretty much that's where we're at. And I'm going to wrap it up because she's not going to let me do anything further. I'm going to probably have to come back another day. So yeah, there you go. Bye, guys.